Welcome back to Girl Talk. We're in our final segment and we are filming right here at Rubin's Furniture. This is downtown Madison on East Wilson Street, and I could say this could be our get to know your interior designer segment just a little bit better. Yeah, don't you think?
I think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
With us we have J.J. Johnson. He is the senior designer here at Rubin's Furniture. And thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you.
Having us here as well.
Senior based on experience, of course. Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
So, JJ, earlier you told me that you've been in interior design for 43 years, and 33 of them have been here
At Rubin's.
At Rubin's.
Yes.
That's quite a while. So, what I'd like to know, starting off, what keeps you inspired, especially after doing it for all that time and you're still going strong?
Well, what's interesting about it is when I'm meeting with a client in their home, I ask them several questions to get to know who they are, find out what their personality is. But the other thing is I have to get to know the personality of the house or the condo or whatever it is that I'm doing so that I can merge the two. Because it's definitely something that if you are just designing a look that's maybe trendy or something in that area, and it doesn't fit how they live, then it's not a good design for them.
It's not a good match.
Correct.
Yeah. So what inspires you? Is it creating that match, blending them, or
Well, for
what
being
keeps you
around,
going?
for being around as long as I have, what's interesting is I've done a variety of homes, multiple homes for the same client or whatever. And again, it's just finding out what they're going to do when they live in this house, how they're going to be. My one philosophy is it should be their best vacation home. So I try to find out what their likes and dislikes are, their favorite colors, how they want to utilize the house or home in itself. Yes. So that's what inspires me, is trying to find out what their secret wishes are for their home.
Making dreams come true.
Correct.
This sounds lovely, and I loved how you described it as their perfect vacation home, because isn't that what you want to come home to every night if you have to, if you must?
If you're working all day, you want to come home to a very relaxing place. I work lots of hours, so my home is designed for evening because that's the only time I'm home.
Correct.
And I like colors, and so, but deep, rich colors, nothing bright.
Well, I was just going to ask how your inspirations, how do you incorporate them into the designs that are the final outcome?
Well, each project is different. Okay, so let's say outside of Hamburg, Germany, I took an old 18th century barn and turned it into a home. You know, just a small 25.
Totally. I know it sounds beautiful,
Just
and at least
a small
move in
25,000 square foot home. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
And so, you know, it was a working barn before we started on it. So we had to take everything out and wash everything down and then start from the bottom up. And so in that case, I envisioned what area should be the living room, the dining room, the kitchen. We had a lot of areas that they had stored livestock, and so those became dens and other side living rooms. And then the bedrooms were all upstairs in the loft.
I would love to see before and after
No
pictures
kidding.
of that place.
There'd be a lot of photos with that many square feet.
Yes.
Also.
It was a very interesting and a very challenging home. Other homes, you know, the thing is that everybody thinks that a designer can only work on very large homes. Here in Madison, if I do a lot of local things, we have smaller, more intimate homes. Of course, we do have some larger ones. Or people have condos, or they're moving from a large home to a condo. So we take consideration of what are they retiring to? What are they moving to? And in that case, some people will live here only partially for the year and then move on to Florida. So I do their Florida home or their Arizona home much differently than I would do their home here in Madison. So it's, in design, it's very historical. So you can do a lot of different periods without having to put someone in a situation that's going to be out of style in 3 years, you know.
And I love the idea of having sort of a little bit different styling in each of your homes. If you do have a vacation home or something like that, you can kind of escape to a little bit different of a place, and it might match the feel of the city and location a little bit better too. So a lot of considerations that are made, of course, in design. But let's talk a little bit about fall, since it is about to be here. So we'll talk about fall trends and pick your brain a little bit, JJ. What colors are you noticing? I think we're all hoping you say plum and black. But
Some of my favorite colors.
yes, absolutely. Speaking of rich colors, but what colors are you noticing in design for fall?
Well, I listened to a show the other day and they said that orange is the new in color.
Oh,
I think I remember that in the late 50s or early 60s that orange was
yeah,
very
we've
popular.
done that. Is that
But
okay?
Well, I see it on these accent walls.
Sure.
A little bit.
There's orange in a lot of different things, and it's very interesting if your personality can live with the color orange.
Sure.
But again, I think here at Rubin's we're more trendsetters than followers of a trend. So for each of my clients that I work with, I try to create an everlasting type of look for them, something that they're not going to be tired of, something that's not going to be aging them to what year their home was decorated in.
Well, that's so important. I mean, you're going to be living with these colors on a day-to-day basis, so you don't want to pick your favorite color that's right now and then come winter you're tired of it or sick of it.
Well, if it's in just paint colors, that's easy to change.
Well, that's a good point.
But when you're investing in furnishings or fabrics or anything like that, that's quite an investment.
So if you're saying it's like a 50s styles home, you probably wouldn't put orange in it?
Well, no, I'm being challenged right now. I'm doing 3 mid-century modern homes, but emphasis on modern, meaning today.
Right.
So we're utilizing materials and things that weren't available in the 50s and the 60s. But there's 2 of the homes are Frank Lloyd Wright influenced homes. Doesn't mean he designed them, but
Right.
they were inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright. So we want to keep that personality into the home. But then in one instance, everything that I'm going to be putting in the home is going to be nothing but contemporary furnishings, which are going to transition very nicely into the personality of the home and for their lifestyle too.
There's so much that goes into it.
There's so much, and I wish we had more time, JJ. We're actually out of time.
Oh,
And we
okay,
have so
that
many
went
more
quick.
questions for you, so we're definitely going to have you back and,
Okay,
and
okay.
continue next time.
Well, thank you for your time.
Absolutely. Thanks again for your time. And thank you for watching. Thanks to all of our clients. We'll see you next time on Girl Talk.